Thanks for joining us here on 9 News Plus. I'm 9 News Weather Impact Team Joe. We have a tornado warning for parts of Arapahoe County. This will be southeast Aurora. This will be a thunderstorm warning for large hail. Before I show you the radar, and we're going to get to that here in the next couple of minutes, I want to emphasize that the main concern here is going to be large hail. And yes, we do have that tornado warning that is in place here for parts of central county, central Arapahoe County. But we do have that warning right now that has been issued until 1:45 p.m. And again, the main concern, especially if you're joining us from the east side of Aurora up by DIA, this does have a large hail component to it. But the tornado warning, you can see it there in red. Actually take off the radar here for just a second so you can just see exactly where we're seeing that tornado warning. There it is, right in that kind of heart of the central part of Arapahoe County, just the east of Aurora. This would be up by Bennett, Watkins, as well as the very far east of Aurora area. That would be probably just east of Buckley Space Force Base and E470 on east. So that's where we're going to have the highest potential for that. But the main hail concern, I'm going to stop this for a quick second so we can kind of zoom on in here on the main core of this hailstorm. It's going to be right in here where we have, again, southeast Aurora, where we have that highest potential here for that large hail. This storm is heading almost due north. So that would make it very likely that this will impact the airport, especially the southeast side of the airfield. I can only imagine there's going to be a lot of flight diversions or a real mess there out at the airport right now as the storm gets closer and closer. So kind of backing things on up. This storm is very quick to develop. So this developed here, half an hour ago. Just to be honest about it, as I was driving in, I was texting with our fellow meteorologist, Jane Knowles. Storms were developing, and very, very quickly the storm popped on up. And that's the point of the storm where we often see these tornado warnings develop. These landspout tornadoes often develop at the beginning of the storm. So what's happening is we're getting that rising air as that storm is ingesting that warm air that's helping that storm grow and develop. And that's when you kind of tend to see these little wind boundaries collide, and the result is that we get these landspout, these elongated areas of that potential here for that tornado. I had just received a report here within the last 5 minutes that the tornado has since dissipated. Our very own Corey Reppenhagen is on the ground there, and he is tracking this big cone tornado. We'll get you that video here as soon as we can. But again, that tornado warning just issued here for the central part of Arapahoe County. That goes until 1:45. Again, I've received multiple reports now that this tornado has since dissipated here, but that broad concern for landspout tornadoes will continue for the next little while. And again, here's the kind of broad-based picture, right? Excuse me, the up and down the I-25 corridor, we do have these developing showers and thunderstorms. When these storms first develop, just to repeat, that is the point of the storm when they're most likely to develop a landspout tornado. But with that said, the greatest concern to me right now, it's going to be that large hail threat, and that's going to be right on the east side of Aurora, right around 470. If you can avoid I-70 or 470 from, we'll call it kind of Parker Road on north to the I-70 and 470 interchange there, East Aurora, Pena Boulevard, the kind of eastern edge right by the airport. This is not the time to be in that area because we have the potential for half-dollar sized hail. That severe thunderstorm warning is for 1.25-inch diameter hail. That's the size of about a $50. That's big enough there, folks. Talking about half-dollar size hail, that's going to put some dings in that car. Not quite busted windshield size hail, but this is big enough that we're going to be talking about, again, some dings to that car and some really loud hail. You don't want to be driving through that right now. So again, East Aurora, keep that in mind, obviously, right now. Elsewhere across the metro area, things are quiet, though we do have a developing thunderstorm out here just the west of Boulder. We've got a lot of lightning in place there, some claps of thunder out by Boulder right now. Excuse me. Quick swig of water. Sorry, I just don't know if I what I ingested there, but little piece of dry air. But again, Boulder, you get up by Gold Hill and Lines. That's along Highway 36 right now, where we are seeing these developing thunder showers at the moment, and that is going to be kind of our big thing here as we head over the next hour. So, right, these storms are just developing. They're going to be fast to develop, and a bit of a kind of popcorn nature to them, right? Exactly where they develop is going to be the big question, but Fort Collins, Wellington, Loveland on north here to Buckeye and towards the Wyoming state line. Now's the time. If you're outside right now, or you know somebody's outside, wrap it up. Time to get inside here. You can probably see those dark looking clouds there in the Fort Collins area, and now's time to kind of wrap up those outdoor activities. Kind of want to take a look at the view. This is Lookout Mountain looking due. This is looking due northeast. So this is that storm that is tornado warned off in the distance. And this is the Cheeseman Park camera. I'm just looking at some of these to get a vantage point in terms of what we're seeing right now. Again, we got some of those dark looking clouds off in the distance at the moment, and I'm going to pull up a couple more cameras just to see what we're looking at right now here around the metro area. Mile High, that's obviously not a particularly useful camera, as that's looking at a bunch of dirt right now. Let's kind of walk you through what we're going to see here as we head over the next couple of hours. So right now, here across the northeast, as we head over the next couple of hours, we're going to see these storms push north and east. Weld County, Morgan County, that's where the highest threat zone is for those stronger storms later on today. By 3-4 o'clock, those storms will be really kind of up here into the northeast corner of the state. Logan County, eastern Weld County, so Grover, Sterling, Julesburg, Holyoke, you're going to be at the highest risk for some of those nasty storms. And by 5-6 o'clock, those storms will start to move their way out of the state. We'll get some much cooler air, and that will really diminish that threat. So by sunset tonight, which is around 8 p.m., a little after 8 p.m., that threat for severe storms will be over and done with. It's really the next 4 or 5 hours here, folks. Even less than that. I'd say 3 to 4 hours where that threat for severe storms is going to be on the higher side. So kind of walk you through those storms. Again, we're seeing them develop. They'll continue to push off to the north. So Weld County, Morgan County, you're not seeing a lot right now. Those storms will intensify as they approach you from the south and the west. We got that highest risk for severe storms here across the northeast corner of the state. In orange, that's a level 3 risk. Yellow, level 2. Dark green, that is a level 1. And that is exactly where we're seeing those storms. So kind of back over here to the radar. We're going to walk through this one more time before we get on out of here. We do have that tornado warning for central parts of Arapahoe County. That goes to 1:45. My understanding from multiple reports is that the tornado threat has dissipated. The tornado has lifted, but these storms are quick to develop, and when we get these storms developing like they are right now, that's when they're the most prone to produce a landspout tornado. So again, right now, my understanding, based on multiple ground reports, is that there is not a tornado on the ground, but we could see one develop at any time with these landspout tornadoes. And final other thing I'll leave you with is that the main threat right now is going to be for that large hail threat just on the east side of Aurora and approaching the airport. So folks, avoid 470, avoid I-70 from really about Tower Road on east. That's where you'll be looking at that highest threat for that large hail up to the size of $half sized hail. That's going to ding your car here, folks. Again, unless you want to get that car all dunged up, avoid that area right now because it's going to be pretty nasty out there. And DIA, I would expect some pretty big issues flying in or out of the airport. It's a bit more secondary, but there are going to be some, unfortunately, quite a few delays, if not some diversions, and a real just kind of mess of operations here as we head over the next couple of hours as that storm moves its way on through and kind of zipping in here on the core of the hail. The worst of it is going to be right here. I'm going to stop this for a quick second so we can take one more look at in terms of where the worst of that hail is. It's right within this pink shaded zone. That's the east side of Aurora, up towards Watkins, Bennett, and on up towards the south side of the airfield there at DIA. That area is the worst of it. So again, avoid really Tower Road on east there on I-70 if you can. We're going to have more details on this as we head through the rest of the day. Once again, just breaking in here on 9 News Plus to get you the latest on that tornado warning for central Arapahoe County until 1:45. This will be a thunderstorm warning, same time period as well. That covers central Arapahoe as well as northeast Douglas County. That goes to 1:45 as well for $half sized hail. We'll keep you posted with the latest right here on 9 News and on 9 News Plus.